Hello and welcome back. This is video number 3 in a series in which I'm showing you how to rig characters for Flash cutout animation. Armed with our knowledge of joints from the previous video, we'll analyze the structure of this rabbit drawing and we'll create an empty skeleton that we will be filling in with content in the next video. To start with, I'll just create a container which holds all these rough drawings just to preserve them. I'll use timeline block to symbol, I'll call it rough. There we go. I'll re-register using Ctrl+T, and then I'll create another wrapper, which would be just a normal symbol, and I will call this @rabbit. I can always rename this later. I'll put the reg point of this here. Now when this is done, we can remove all these frames, these layers, and go inside. I'll do one more thing. I'll just put a white box behind the rabbit. Just like this. And then I'll darken the stage. I will increase the brightness just so that the drawing is much less contrasty. I'll call this layer rough and add a bunch of layers on top of it. Lock this one, grab a paintbrush. The first thing that we need to define is where the body joins the neck. It will be somewhere here. So I'll draw a circle that kind of tangents here, and I can imagine that the center of this circle will be somewhere here. Now we'll have two separate colors for the body, so I'll light the color for the belly and a darker main color, and we'll need a second circle just here which will tangent this second color. Now if we imagine this neck going on like this and like this, there will probably be a circle somewhere here that will define the joint of the head. Something like this. We might not need extra colors here. I'll just leave it like this for now. Okay, I'll make these a slightly lighter color so that we can see the rest, and I'll keep going. Our shoulder will be just here. Another circle. Elbow halfway through. And then the wrist. Just like this, with a dot for the center. The tail, if we continue these lines, the tail can have a little little circle just like this here, and this leg. What we need to do is basically continue the lines like this, and the imaginary center will be here. Now I'm not completely sure where exactly the knees would be, but let's imagine here. So a circle like this. And finally, little circles here. That small. Now when we look at these circles, they define the registration and the location of all the joints in our character. I'll make them all semi-transparent and move them to frame number 2, and then I'll use the onion skinning so that I can see them. Black outline, I'll choose the oval tool and go for hairline. And now one after another I will have to recreate these as perfect circles. So just like this, and I'll be very careful to use the outer side of this freehand drawn line. Now when I'm happy with the size of this circle and the position of it, I'll go copy, Ctrl-Shift-V, which does paste in place, and I'll create another concentric circle just like this, which will be defining where the second color will lay. Okay, now this neck. Maybe a little smaller, just like this. For now I won't just add a second color here. The shoulder. The elbow. And a circle for the wrist. A circle for the tail. A circle for the thigh. One for the knee. I'm still a little unsure whether this is good leveling for the knee, but we'll see. We'll make adjustments if we need to. Seems kind of right, maybe a little low. Just push it a little higher, just a little higher. Okay, and the ankle. Okay, now this is done. So we have all the circles. These will be our starting points while creating the symbols. I'll duplicate this by alt dragging just to make sure that I have copies of these, and I will start creating symbols. First I'll select the two concentric circles, press F8, convert this to a symbol. I'll call it torso, a graphic symbol that is registered at the center. Now I'll cut this and paste it somewhere here, I'll call this torso. I'll now duplicate this by alt dragging it. So this is torso, and there's a copy of it, which I'll call neck here, and then I'll duplicate this symbol, and I will call this symbol neck. Now I'll grab this circle, I'll select this circle here, it's still a drawing object. I'll copy it, and I will go inside. So I'm now inside the neck symbol. I'll create a new layer, and I will paste this circle here, and I will zoom in and match the position of this circle. Okay, so the two overlap perfectly. I'll go outside and I'll lock the neck layer. Now I'll select this, which is on the top layer where all the circles are, and I will convert it to another symbol, which will be our head. I'll cut it and paste it here, and I'll call it head. I'll lock the head. Now the next one will be my tail. I'll press F8, I'll call it tail, I'll cut it, cut and paste. Next one will be this upper arm, or rather shoulder. F8, OK, cut, paste here, I'll call it arm 1. Now I'll copy this, I'll just copy it, and I will go inside arm 1, and I'll repeat the same thing that I did with the neck. I'll paste this circle here, and I'll make sure that I match the position exactly. So this is our upper arm. Now I'll unlock this layer and convert this one to a symbol, which will be arm 2, meaning the lower arm. I'll cut it, paste it just here above it. I'll call the layer arm 2. And I'll copy this circle, the wrist circle. And I'll copy, go inside the lower arm symbol, paste this circle here, and make sure that I match the wrist circle. Okay, just like this. Go outside, lock, and now I'll convert this to a symbol, and I'll call it hand. Hand, cut, paste here, and name the layer. Now we'll have to repeat the same procedure for the 3 elements of the leg. I recorded it, but I'll skip this because the video is already getting ridiculously long. Now with all this, we've created properly registered empty containers, which we will be filling in with content in the next video. So basically we have the whole skeletal structure: upper arms, lower arms, upper legs, lower legs, torso, neck, head, all of these elements with properly registered functioning joints. let me just explain what we did. So if we look at the leg and the foot, for example, this is the upper leg, and this is how it looks at the moment, okay? And now we have the lower leg, of which the knee joint matches perfectly the knee joint in the upper leg, and then the ankle matches perfectly the ankle in the foot. So by the time we're finished, we'll have all these joints perfectly overlapping and functioning. So we started by creating an empty skeleton. I can guide this layer and we can create a new view here and look at the joint representation of our rig. This is how the joints of our character look like. Okay, so with this our task is complete. We've set up the skeleton for the future rig, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.